Hello, friends. It's the Cinemondo podcast, Kathy and me.
Uh,
Kathy, do you like horror films?
oh my
Because
God.
girls don't really like horror films, right?
They're my most favorite. Number one. All right. Horror is my jam. I love horror. I will watch literally just about anything. I will give anything a chance if it's horror. And if it says Osgood Perkins on it,
Right.
there's no way I'm not missing it. He's one of those names. If
No
it's
way
on
you're
a
not
movie,
missing it.
I see it. It's just an automatic because I feel like
Right.
he's the son of Anthony Perkins.
Yeah.
He loves horror films and he's always doing horror films. I love that the director doesn't just do horror films to get on board. Like that's his thing. He wants to do horror movies. And so he's a horror director. And I
Yeah.
love that he's proud of it and he's doing it, but he brings an artful touch to it. Like they're always a little unique. He did Long Legs. Everyone heard about that one. It kind of
Yeah.
exploded at the box office. Everyone loved that. But he's done a lot of great movies. So definitely check out all of his movies. He did The Monkey recently, which I think was right before this movie. Also super fun. Like he had an artful slant to it, but he was just having fun with that. And it was super gory, over the top fun gory, not like disturbing gory, just crazy.
Right.
But it had a weird sense of humor. Love his movies. They're always unique. Love. So
Well,
I'm predestined to like this movie.
For people like us, because I'm a big horror movie fan too, but I feel like of all the horror films, I like this many of them.
I like this many.
But I like this many of them a lot. And
Yes.
I feel like it's probably one of my favorite genres when it's done right. And when the person making it, writing it, directing it, acting in it, production designing it, when they all get it,
Yes.
when they understand what I call those, visceral things that people have built in, a sort of genetic memory fears that we all have. And if they know how to tap into that stuff, there's, I always name the same movies that are very effective to me, but you can go back and find out what I like. But
or pick up Burk's book where he talks about his favorite movies.
And he'll get my book. That's right.
It's on
which
Amazon.
I don't happen to have with me right now.
We'll have a link though. There's a link there.
Link. But what I'm talking about is those primal fears, those things that everybody seems to be afraid of. And if you can tap into those things effectively in a horror film, it becomes haunting, and it's something that you remember. It's something that stays with you. It's not one of those sort of jump scare things that you're done with, like you're getting off the roller coaster and you're like, "Ooh, that was fun. Okay, what's next?" It's kind of an empty thrill. But a film that has depth, a horror film that has depth, can be so powerful because it taps into things.
Horror is also very personal, and everybody has their own fears.
Yeah.
So some people are terrified of spiders. They don't scare me at all. I don't care about horror movies with spiders.
Or children.
For me, or rats or anything like the animals. Forget it. Children, I don't care. I don't want to see pregnancy horror. Just not. Right. I don't think it's fun. So, but there's certain things. Everybody has their thing. Like some people are afraid of ghosts. Some people are afraid of vampires. Some people are afraid of serial killers. Like everybody has their thing that they enjoy in a horror movie.
Yeah.
So that's what I think's fun. And so I feel like Osgood Perkins is all over the place with horror. Like he's hitting subtle. He has subtlety, even in The Monkey. Whatever he was doing, I wasn't going to say subtle, but it was unique and artful in whatever way he could do it. So I love Blackcoat's Daughter was along those lines, where you did not know what that movie was about. Like what is happening in this movie? It's just like this boarding school. What's going on? It just goes completely off the rails. It's so good. You don't expect it because he's kind of slowly like ramping it up, and you're like, what's happening? So
it's really like walking deeper and deeper into an abandoned house. It's like, and if you get that feeling of like, okay, I'm starting to forget the route that I took. So am I going to be able to get out of here? And there's certain levels that you care. It's like film noir in a way, where somebody gets themselves into more and more trouble with the bad guys. A horror film, I mean, I consider something like Deliverance to be a horror film too, where you're on a journey, literally on a journey down a river.
Survival horror.
More and more horrible things happen, and you get deeper and deeper and deeper, and they become existential because it becomes a survival thing, and you start the questions start becoming, how far would I go to protect my life or the life?
I love that with all horror movies. Like I like it because I feel like you go into horror movies going, how would I react? And that's why I want to see. I look forward to this because whatever it is, I want to know, like, how would I react to whatever's going to happen to these people?
Right.
Like, that's always in your brain. Like, this is kind of setting me up to be educated. Because if it ever happened to me, I would know what to do.
And with that said, we have no idea what this movie is.
No idea. No, we're going to check it. I like to go into these cold and not know anything and see and have the trailer sell us on this premise. So some people say, you don't do the homework. Well, the whole point is marketing people, are you going to sell me on this movie that I know nothing about? And so we're going to go in cold. We're going to show you a poster, so stay tuned after, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Tell us if they're successful in making
The
this
whole,
movie. But like
the
I
whole
said,
point
it
is
was
not doing
Osgood
our
Perkins.
homework. Yeah.
Osgood Perkins is my way in. So as long as they put him at the front of this, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Okay. Are we ready?
Are we ready? Are we ready?
All right, everybody, hold the work. Hold the work. I don't care if you're making it safe. Hold the work. All right, here we go. And
I don't wanna play in your yard. Why does it always have to end?
Oh, that's a cool cabin.
Is
Now it's
there
a
any
creepy
way
cabin.
to keep love alive? Do I even know this man? Is
That
it his
question.
face I see? When I close my eyes.
Whoa.
Or only a mask that he's wearing? Always
Whoa, that's creepy.
there, looking back at me.
What's behind?
I think he's
yeah.
a keeper.
Good. Wow. I like the creaking of the cabin.
You'll be sorry when you see me.
Why does it always have to end?
Oh, that's funny. We're gonna get his point of view now. Oh, that's funny.
Is there any way to keep love alive? Please. Do I even know this woman?
That's great.
yeah,
Is it her face I see when I close my eyes?
Apparently not.
Or only a mask that she's wearing? Always there, looking back at me. I think she's a keeper.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's a keeper.
keeper. Yeah,
Oh.
a dark trip.
I love the creaking of the cabin. I love the setup of that trailer that they had the two sides and they say the same line readings, but
Right.
like writ ways, and that was like, thank you, Oz Perkins, for doing
Yeah.
it again, bringing us something new and fresh to the couple in the cabin, discovering that they don't know each other very well.
Which is, I always say, one of the most visceral types of horror. is to
Love
find
that.
out someone you love and trust, and that you've loved and trust
Not
for
who you-
years,
yeah.
is not quite who you thought they were. Remember that movie, the Stepfather, I think, with where the guy, I mean, the famous line is that, "Who am I here?"
Yes.
Where he poses as a great nice guy, but he's basically going from woman to woman and like killing them and taking everything, and the identity thing, and also I always bring it up, Rosemary's Baby, where she thinks she can trust her lovely, funny husband.
That's right.
And it's like, no, he's not. He's a horrible person. She doesn't know. And
So
that
good.
to me, it's like, you know, if you put that into a horror film and do it effectively, that can be like the deepest kind of horror.
Very creepy. I mean,
Yeah.
don't you like sometimes with a family member or somebody know or your partner, like for a second you kind of look at them like you're looking at them like you don't know them in a way, like you're looking at them fresh, like who is this person? You're like, who is this person I'm with? It's just really weird. So I like the idea that someone took that and went deeper, like
Right.
oh, you know, because you kind of take for granted people you know and who they are, what they look like. And for you take a little moment of clarity for a second and look and go, who is this person? It's another human being. Who are they really? You know, there's just something. I love that they're kind of taking that how we see each other and the mask we put on for each other, like this sort of performance in a way, like who we are to them, and then how you can dismantle that. Like you get away, you have no other distractions. And then you start seeing each other, like you start seeing the seam showing. I love that idea. And you hear the cabin creaking. It's almost like the relationship creaking.
Yeah.
So many great touches in this. And even like they showed all these idyllic scenes of like this beautiful
Right.
cabin and wine glasses. And then of course there's something creepy happening. And you're like, oh my God, it can't even just be a beautiful thing. It has to be something happening. Ah.
And then there was another woman in there, a different woman, like a
Couldn't
memory
tell if
or
that was a memory. Yeah. When he goes, this is who I think about. And you're like, nope.
right. When I close my eyes, do I see her face or something?
Nope, he did not.
It looks like one of those kind of psychological horror films where a lot of the ideas come from. I mean, there were some shots in there that were kind of weird and bloody and supernatural kind of flashes, but those could be imaginary or something.
Yeah.
But that's I think that idea. I'm just projecting here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a part of this film, but if it was, that would appeal to me even more, because I like movies where you can look at them two ways. You can watch them two different ways. We talked about Hereditary, and The Exorcist, and things like, again, Rosemary's Baby. When you get to the end of Rosemary's Baby, you can look at that film and go back and say, you know what if she was crazy?
But she's imagining, like, the unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
So I feel like in this movie, we probably have two unreliable narrators.
Right.
Like, you don't know what they're seeing, what's real or what isn't real. Like,
right.
So I think that's very interesting because, you know, you can bring a lot of psychological stuff into that. And while I feel like the trailer was cut kind of with the jump scare aspect to it, the movie doesn't have a jump scare vibe to me. Like, I feel like those are going to be in there. But I think the trailer did the classic harm just so we don't want people to be bored. You know, you won't be. But I think the jump scare was kind of a little bit of a pop for people to get their attention, you know. But I'm not getting a jump scare vibe from Osgood Perkins ever.
No,
doing it intentionally to kind of mess with you.
I think the trailer is jump scaring, but I don't know if the film does.
Yeah, it doesn't. So we have a really cool poster. That's actually the really creepy scene in the movie that totally gave me chills. Oh God, it was so creepy.
I love that poster. That's so
what
cool.
is happening? Oh, and I don't like your. What does that say? I don't like you anymore.
I don't like you anymore.
Really?
It's like her face has been spray painted out, you know.
Don't like you anymore. No.
Or a blind spot, almost like with a blind spot.
Yeah.
Like you can't see them anymore. Like that person is now kind of invisible to you, or obscured or blurted out, you know.
It's also like you said, I like the aspect they added anymore, because when, you know, it's sort of like when you get into a relationship, you see them a certain way. You don't want to see the faults. You don't want to see the problems that might be happening that looks like it's happening in this movie. So I love the idea that they're like, this person's great. And then when they get it and they try and sort of revitalize a relationship, they realize, I don't even like this person now. Like, maybe that's the problem. I don't like this person. So I love that idea that they've been kind of like growing apart, and probably for a reason, you know. So very cool actors in this. We have Rossif Sutherland, who is Donald Sutherland's son. We have Tatiana Maslany, who is also in The Monkey, she was in. The writer is for Dangerous Animals, so you guys might have seen that. The best serial killer who basically fed people to sharks. That was his thing. Very complicated serial killer, but that was his thing. But I love the idea. Number one, a car driving out into the middle of nowhere to a house. Yeah, that's just perfect.
That shot of the car on the street. Yeah,
that's it. That's all you need. That's my favorite setup of all time.
That basically sells it for me. I mean, if you
Cabin in the Woods,
if you have a well-made film where the premise is that kind of isolation thing, it's isolation horror. And another thing that we call on the Cinemondo podcast, we call it travel horror.
Travel horror.
You're going outside of your comfort zone. You're going somewhere other than your familiar home. You don't. I mean, if you're in your home and you're being attacked, you're like, okay, I know my neighbors. I can go get my neighbor. You know. Or I have a phone. I can, but if you're going out into the middle of the woods to a cabin, you're in unfamiliar territory. It's already kind of scary. It's already kind of weird. And these movies like this just make it worse. You know, they make you not want to go to the vacation house on the lake. You know?
It's the extra element of vulnerability that being in a foreign place, or being in a cabin in the woods where you're isolated away from any help or anything, you know, like
people are
there's
different,
that
culture's
isolation
different.
Aspect that's so powerful when it comes to horror movies. So some of my favorites,
because part of us is the adventure of traveling. I mean, you know, I love to travel. I love it. But there are those moments when you are in a very foreign place. And suddenly, I remember I had this experience one time. I was in a mall in Bangkok, Thailand, and I was very far away from my wife and her family. I just went off on my own, and I went out into the street, and I went into another building, and I got myself kind of lost. I mean, I had my phone and everything, but I felt like all of a sudden I got that kind of weird feeling of like
that cold chill.
Oh my God, where am I? And how am I going to, it was and that's the feeling that that I think a lot of horror film directors try to capture in films like this. And that's why they set them in the cabin in the woods. And that's why, cabin in the woods is such a trope that they made a whole movie about it.
Yes.
And they, about the fact that it's a trope, Yeah. But that really is, the horror isolation of travel too, being in a foreign place,
well, it's vulnerability.
Being away from your stuff. Yeah.
You're being vulnerable. Vulnerability is the key to horror. Good horror. All right, this movie.
All you have is yourself. Yeah.
This movie comes out November 14th. That tells you that they have a lot of confidence in this movie. It's coming out just a little bit past Halloween.
Yes.
Heading into the holidays. So they know this movie is going to be counter-programmed with a bunch of Christmas movies. Everybody's going to feel good movies. I am definitely seeing this movie.
It just looks like right up my alley kind of movie.
Looks so good.
I think as far as horror movies go, horror film directors have they really have to make something good for me.
And I like the idea of the one place with a very limited cast, so it's just gonna be kind of cat and mouse. It looks really good. So let us know your thoughts.
Of like, who is this person? That to me, that line in the trailer was like, okay, I'm there.
Yeah, so good. So let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
And what do you think of this? Have you had these feelings about someone? Let's know
your
your
story.
story.
Be way off base with this. It could be
We're not
completely different.
It gave us that. It gave us all we needed to know. So you guys, let us know. Did you live this kind of a horror? Let us know. All right.
Tell us about your bad relationships.
Tell us about your bad relationships.
In the comments.
You know this person. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.